Calling to order the Kodiak Island Borough Planning and Zoning Commission regular meeting at the Borough Assembly Chambers for Wednesday, September 17th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. Call Pledge of Allegiance. Will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Frazier, Mr. Neff,
Here.
Mr. Dagan,
Present.
Ms. Craig, Ms. Williamson, Mr. Cleary,
Here.
Mr. Mangini.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you.
Chairman, I make a motion to excuse those that are not present tonight.
I would second that motion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I request a motion for approval of the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda, for approval of the agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
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 I request a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're moving on to citizen comments. Citizen comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. To make comments, call the local number at 907-486-3231 or toll-free number at 855-492-9202. Comments are for general topics only. And address all remarks to the commission as a body and not to any commissioners thereof. Seeing no call-ins or people here present, we will move on. I request a motion on the proposed resolution.
I move to approve resolution fiscal year 2026-002.
Second.
All in favor, excuse me. Can I have a staff report, please, Chris?
Bronwyn's going to be
Bronwyn.
working the CIP. She's working on that.
That's right. Thank you.
Good evening, Commissioners. Last month, the Commission directed staff to postpone this resolution to make sure that all the commissioners who were missing last month had a chance to look at it and approve it from their side. This time, do I have any comments for anything that they need to change? At last week's meeting, we did move the previous project number 15 into spot number 9, and everything else shifted down. So is there any changes we think we need to make to resolution, or are we okay to move forward and send this a recommendation to the Assembly?
We only got two guys who weren't here last time, so I guess it's kind of up to them to give us an okay on it. If you guys don't have any problem with what is there, we'll just move on with it. But if you want to discuss it or feel like you have something really bothers you, just let us know.
I read over it before the meeting, and everything looks in a productive order and beneficial for all the projects in that order that I see.
Okay.
Thank you. Nick, you have any comment?
Yeah, no, I would agree. I like that we reshuffled everything from our initial conversation and seems worthwhile.
All right. Well, can I get a roll call vote then?
Mr. Neff,
Yes.
Mr. Dagan,
Yes.
Mr. Cleary,
Yes.
Mr. Mangini.
Yes.
Motion. Would anyone like to change their vote? Motion passes.
Okay, moving on to case number 25008.
Mr. Chair, I would like to request that we sign the resolution now. I have my name under the attest instead of Haley's working out. Sorry. Can you sign this
I'm sorry, I have a hard time understanding, yeah.
Bronwyn wants to have you sign the resolution for Sarah now, so that she can be excused from the meeting.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought you were saying. Okay, sure. You want to come over there? I can come over there.
You can just sign your signature
Oh,
and take it
I
to the
like
list.
your efficiency. That just sounds just fine. Okay.
So you'll sign right there for Sarah, and I'll do the rest for you.
Sign Court Neff.
Yes. Mhm. Wonderful.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Darwin.
Okay, so moving on to case number 25008, can I request a motion?
I move to postpone case 25008 to the October regular meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
1 second, Commissioners, that is a roll call vote, and since it is public hearing, you have to open up the public hearing for staff comments
For
and
the
whatnot.
postponing?
Well, it's still a roll call vote, though.
Is? Okay. All right, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to read that? Chair calls second. Oh, yeah, deliberation. Okay. May I please have a roll call vote?
Mr. Neff,
Yes.
Mr. Dagan,
Yes.
Mr. Cleary,
Yes.
Mr. Mangini.
Yes.
Would anyone like to change their vote? Motion passes.
Okay, moving on to case number 26004, I request a motion.
I move to adopt resolution fiscal year 2026-006.
Second.
Okay, staff report, please.
Thank you. Chris French, Community Development Director. Proposed resolution FY 2026-06 provides for definitions related to childcare uses, including definitions for childcare facility in-home and childcare center. Childcare facility in-home is a combination of two state-listed in-home childcare uses, one for up to 8 children and the other up to 12 children. Childcare uses in excess of 8 children, not to exceed 12 children, requires an additional employee by the state of Alaska's regulations. The other use is childcare center, which are facilities with 13 or more children. The proposed code amendment allows childcare facility in-home as a permitted use within the RR1, RR2, R1, R2, R3, B business zone, RNC, UNC, and retail business districts. Childcare centers are allowed in the R2 and R3 districts within a non-residential school or church structure, and this use is also permitted within the business zone, rural neighborhood commercial, urban neighborhood commercial, retail business, and the public land use or public use lands districts. The proposed also includes a parking requirement for both defined uses with an emphasis to limit what is required to the minimum needed, with emphasis on drop-off and pickup areas. The reason for this, trying to limit how much parking is required, is because to try to limit some of the financial burden on childcare uses, since they have plenty of financial issues meeting other requirements such as state licensing requirements. There is a staff analysis section that I won't cover all the way, but it does talk about more of the state code and the current regulations, which currently none of the listed licensed childcare facilities are in the current zones that permit these uses. And attached to your agenda item are a couple things. One is the current list of licensed locations, as well as the number of children. So it gives you basically the type of license. So if it's the in-home facilities, as I mentioned, 0 to 8, 9 to 12 would fall under in-home, and then the 13 or larger would fall under childcare center. Those uses, most of the uses in the borough fall under the in-home childcare facilities. And also you have a document from the American Planning Association talking about how to make your community childcare friendly. And so a lot of the some of the basic things that we talked about in this particular ordinance come from documents like that, as well as from other groups that advocate for these facilities. I did get an email today from the Kodiak Collaborative, which is a group, local group that advocates for childcare facilities. I know they're working with the YMCA. I have worked with them a little bit with the YMCA to get them here to have after-school programs, but they also advocate for general childcare They thought they might be able to be here today, but I guess it looks like they weren't able to make it. But we did reach out to them, and they did say that they looked at the ordinance. They did not express any issues with the ordinance as written. I assume if they do, if they didn't show up tonight, they'll show up at the assembly. But basically what we've created is an ordinance that allows for all the licensed facilities to continue to exist in the zones they're currently located in, and allows for hopefully new facilities to more easily find a location within the borough. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those.
Anybody have any questions? Any discussions, anything you guys had, anything improvements or suggestions that you, Sean or Nick, that you guys have? I know you guys haven't been here the last couple of meetings, so, no?
I will say one thing,
Yeah,
just to kind of point out how very unusual how this ordinance has been. I think the commission and staff has done a really good job on this, putting this ordinance together. And the reason I say that is because I've known our borough attorney for a long time, not just the 2 years I've been here, but when I was in Ketchikan, he was our attorney. I gave him that ordinance. He came back with one comment, and I needed to bold 2 words. With that limited amount of comment back from him, I'd say it's a pretty good ordinance.
awesome, thank you. Okay, may I have a roll call, please, Haley?
Mr. Neff,
Yes.
Mr. Dagan,
Yes.
Mr. Cleary,
Yes.
Mr. Mangini.
Yes.
Does anyone wish to change their vote? Motion passes.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to case number 26003.
Okay.
I request a motion for that.
I move to adopt resolution FY 2026-007 for case number 26-003, requests Title 18 land disposal for lease of fairgrounds.
I'll second.
Okay, staff report, please.
Okay, thank you. Kodiak Island Borough submitted an administrative application for a Title 18 land disposal review pursuant to KIBC 182060A. The request is related to the renewal of the ground lease with the Kodiak Rodeo and State Fair Incorporated for continued operation of the State Fair and Rodeo program and related activities on borough land. KIBC 182030A requires that each disposal of borough land is subject to review by the Planning and Zoning Commission before submission to the Assembly. The subject property was formerly owned by the state of Alaska. The state of Alaska initiated a 55-year lease agreement with the Kodiak Jaycees for the operation of a state fair and rodeo and related activities. The Kodiak Island Borough assumed ownership of the subject property and the lease agreement with it. Later, the Kodiak Jaycees changed their name of the organization to the Kodiak Rodeo and State Fair. However, all other terms of the lease remain the same. The original lease expires on November 3rd, 2025, and Board of the Kodiak Rodeo and State Fair Incorporated has requested the lease be renewed for continued operations of the activities on the subject property. The requested land disposal by negotiated lease. The proposed lease is for 25 years and allows for the continuation of the relationship with the Kodiak Rodeo and State Fair for the operation of the Rodeo and State Fair program and related activities. That includes subleased, such as the track and things like that are all subleased through the Kodiak Rodeo and State Fair Incorporated. This proposed lease helps to provide recreational opportunities for the public, which fulfills goals and objectives and policies of the 2008 Comprehensive Plan. The primary purpose of the Planning and Zoning Commission's review of a disposal for lease or even for sale is to determine whether there's a public purpose for the property. Staff states that there is no public purpose for the property and that the actual continuation of the current lease of the property does provide to the public recreational opportunities and other activities provided that had been provided on the property for many years. And therefore, staff recommends approval of the resolution that's before you. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those.
Any questions? Okay, any discussion, Sean or Nick? Anything you'd like to
I think
ask
it's a
about?
great idea. They do a lot of great stuff for the community and different programs for the smaller, younger children with livestock and animals. And it's great to get out there every year with the family and go see all the new things. hopefully in the sunshine out there, so I think it's a great idea to keep it going.
Yeah, I agree. It serves a great purpose for a lot of people out there, so.
Okay, Haley, can I get a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Neff,
Yes.
Mr. Dagan,
Yay.
Mr. Cleary,
Yes.
Mr. Mangini.
Yes.
Does anyone wish to change their vote? Motion passes.
Okay, no old business, no new business, no. Okay, citizen comments. Citizen comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. To make comments, call a local number at 907-486-321 or.
Mr. Chair, I think you did skip the director's comments section on number
Oh, I'm
12.
sorry.
No problem.
Apologize.
All right, so I'll just, very quick here on the director's report for everybody. Couple things, Plan 2045 Comprehensive Plan. We do have an open house scheduled for October 8th. I did mention that in the work session last week. That will be open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on October 8th. It'll be here in the Assembly Chambers. I do encourage the public to stop by any time during that open house to provide comments and ideas regarding recreation, parks, open spaces, and trails. In addition, there's an online survey on trails that have been created and can be accessed from the Plan 2045 website that will be in the director's report online. If you can't find that, you can do a search on the Borough website for Plan 2045 and it'll get you right to the page. The hydrology and hydraulic study, that presentation had been moved from the 11th of September to September 25th at the Assembly work session. That presentation will be the completion of that project. And again, that's a hazard mitigation project to study Russian River and Sargent Creek, primarily the flooding activity there. And also that final report can be accessed from the emergency planning website. Again, you can search emergency planning on the Borough website and get you directly to that page. The hazard mitigation plan has been approved by the city of Kodiak and the city of Uzinki. Basically, Old Harbor and Akiak are the last cities that have not adopted the plan. I do hope that Old Harbor will adopt it. We did, staff did go to Old Harbor on Saturday related to the comp plan, so we did talk to them a little bit about the hazard mitigation plans. Hopefully, they'll be adopting that soon. And then also the commission bylaw review. The assembly is scheduled to review the bylaws tomorrow on September 18th. I believe from the work session, it sounded like it went through pretty easily, so I should assume that they will be approved tomorrow, which means it opens up for you all to use the remote access. Again, it's just to let you remind everyone, it's unlimited for work sessions, but you need to let staff know 24 hours in advance so we can set up a Zoom meeting for whoever wants to attend that way. And then if it's a regular meeting, you can do up to 4 in a calendar year. Again, it needs to be 24-hour in advance notice of wanting to do that, so we have sufficient time to create the meeting, get it to you, and all that stuff, whoever wants to attend that way. And that includes all the other bylaw amendments, but most of those were fairly cleanup items. And then, as I mentioned earlier, Russian River, Sargent Creek Bridges, the Pell study, which is the Planning and Environmental Linkages Study, we'll have a public kickoff meeting here later this fall, but I did want to make the commission aware that they do have a project website, and you can go to www.kodiakpel.com, and that's capitals, letters, PEL.com. Staff will keep you updated in the director's report as we go forward, and that study will build on hopefully building onto the hydrology study, but also it's focused primarily on the bridge replacements, but they also will be looking at flooding activity as well, and hopefully they'll build on the hydrology study that we have just finished. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those.
Okay. What's that Pell, what does that mean, Pell?
So it's I'll have to read it to you again. So it's the Planning and Environmental Linkages Study. So it's typically a study that when you're doing a transportation or infrastructure project, it's a study that helps deal with environmental consequences with the actual infrastructure. It's usually tied into the NEPA process, the National Environmental Protection Act. So it basically handles those reviews. In this particular case, the idea of doing a Pell study was something that the borough had applied for with the state to do a Pell study for the bridge replacements. So it works towards the engineering for the bridge replacement, but more importantly, it deals with a lot of the environmental aspects of the bridges replacement, which includes primarily the flooding issues. I think is one of the major issues here is how those bridges get replaced and how that addresses any flooding and how that can be, the flooding could be dealt with as part of the bridge replacement project. And that will build on some of the work that was done in the hydrology study, because some of that work does deal with road flooding, in particular on Sergeant Creek Road. And hopefully some of that could be resolved through the bridge replacement project.
So did they already get the state funding to do that then, or?
So the Pell study has started. So that study has started.
Yeah.
They're actually, the state's hired HDR Incorporated as the consultant to do that
Where are
project.
they out of?
They're out of Anchorage. They have office in Anchorage. They have
Oh.
offices around the country too. Anchorage and Seattle, I think, are the two major
Okay.
cities for them. They will be handling the study. However, the DOT staff is heavily involved. Borough staff has been involved in some of the preliminary meetings. Like I said, they will be having a meeting later on in the fall, hopefully here in maybe November, in-person meeting. And they're also going to be doing, they have a stakeholder group or a working group that will be helping to provide some advisory comments to them as they go through the project, basically incorporating all the entities that would have an interest in this project, including residents in Women's Bay as well. So hopefully, it's a pretty big project. They have a pretty long timeline in terms of dealing with it, and it's good to see it's starting, and hopefully they'll come up with some good ideas how to resolve some of these issues.
Yeah, you got a question?
I do. Regarding this kind of project, are we talking a time horizon of 2 years, 5 years, 10 years?
Well, not for the Pell study. I mean, I think my understanding is it will be completed by next year. I'm not going to say if it's spring or summer because things could always happen. But yeah, it's not meant to be a 2-year study.
So as the results come back and they determine that we need to do the bridge work that's necessary, then the build will occur. What's your experience with that kind of timeline?
Well, again, it depends on the funding. I couldn't tell you. I mean, it can be
Let's say we have
5
the-
years, 10 years. I mean, it depends
5, 10
on
years.
what they're doing. It also depends on what comes out as projects that, because, the idea is they're going to replace the bridges, but they're typically, a lot of times, there's other projects that get involved in that, especially if some of the discussions have been moving the bridges, which impacts, of course, the roadway. So there's a lot of potential things that could add to the project. If it's also dealing with flooding, there's always potentials for other projects that are maybe outside the right-of-way. So it's hard to say right now without knowing what the recommendations are that come out of the study for the several projects, because it could be several projects. I mean, we know there's 2 projects because each bridge is a project, but there could be several projects that come out of that study.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you, Chris.
Okay.
All right, citizen comments. We are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. Please make comments to the local number at 907-486-3231 or a toll-free number at 855-492-9202. Comments are for general topics only. Okay, seeing no comments, I have a few announcements. The next work session of the Planning and Zoning Commission is scheduled for Wednesday, August 3rd.
Mr. Chairman, you do have commissioners' comments before that.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. Okay, commissioners' comments. Anybody have any comments they'd like to make?
I have a rumination. I appreciate the chair's adaptability and flexibility of moving forward through the agenda. And while we have approved it, is there not the flexibility to move or shuffle the agenda items around in real time? This is just more of a question, general question.
So as part of the approval of that agenda, if someone wants to make amendment, kind of amend where what lies on the agenda, if there's one item you want to pull up because maybe there's a bunch of people here and you don't want them waiting to the end of the meeting, you certainly can do that, and you can do that as part of when you're looking to approve the agenda. You could make an amendment in the agenda about where something is located, is the case first or third or whatever it might be. You could move it up potentially.
So we do have to remain the
But
decorum
in
and
terms
formality.
But in terms of like the basic stuff here, that's pretty much set by your policies in your bylaws. But you can move agenda items around and public hearing items around, and it would just be an amendment to the agenda you'd have to make a motion to do it, it'd be voted on, and then you'd have to vote on the overall amended agenda after that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Sean, you have any comments? Nick?
No, I missed the last work session, sorry, but looks like you guys did really good work, so thank you.
Well, we missed you too, so anyways, yeah, I'm glad we got that meeting taken care of. I don't really have any comments to make, so I'm going to move on to announcements. The next work session of the Planning and Zoning Commission is scheduled for Wednesday, August 13th at 6:30 PM, located in the Assembly Chambers. The next regular meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission is scheduled for Wednesday, August 20th at 6:30 PM, located in the Assembly Chambers.
Mr. Chair, I think your script had a wrong date in there,
Uh-oh.
wrong month in there.
Okay,
I would just like to state for the record that the next work session is October 8th, and the next regular
Oh,
meeting
yeah,
is
August 1.
October 15th. That is an oversight on my part, and I apologize.
So in your agenda, it actually lists from the announcements from the chair, it actually lists the correct dates. So I'll let you and the public know that.
look at that, it's written there, good. Yeah, well, hey, we can't all get it perfect, can we? Thank you. We all try. Okay, I request a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second, please.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned. Oh, thank you.